Hello everyone, Frog Chaser over here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be playing Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. I hope you enjoy this series. Okay, let's go ahead and loot this chest. Nice. Helmet. Strength 11. Hmm. Bride's Bane. 11 magic. Plus 2 necro, plus 1 summoning. Hmm. Six to 8 piercing. Yeah, that's still good. Should we take it? Yeah, we can take it. Six. One summoning and another. Okay. Intelligence and 10% poison. Six magic. What else do we need?
I must say, lacking skin may make... However, they are infuriating when they get in one's skull.
Gratiana. Okay.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime, its paint chipped away, and its jewels long stolen. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana. As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor, silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But underneath it all lies bone and blood. The vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Bracchus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Good find.
You made it all this way.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Bracchus bound me here to protect his vault. He has my soul in that jar just there. And I can't leave without it. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die.
What did he do?
I don't rightly know. This was the Source King's way. Befriend you, then destroy you. I was a fool to expect I'd be an exception. His favor was intoxicating. That's no excuse, but it is the reason. Really? You would?
He drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands, head hanging.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. We destroyed Trumpedoy soldier. Okay. Burning pigs left artifact of tyrants, the three curse. Armory. Amira needs his people on the mainland to know what happened to Sela. He says it's a matter of great. Okay. Call to arms. Okay. There was some painting. Let's get to it. Alright, let's move on.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism. As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
That shrine seems to have brought me here.
Interesting.
What is this place?
Seeing spirits, a higher power has temporarily
No
granted it.
leaves, no trees, no soil. This is horrific.
The armory. That's the curse lever. Huh. What? We don't have it.
Our shield speaks, Quercus. Prick up, ask away, shield. Indeed, Quercus.
Doesn't seem like so. Who is this? Tyrsendelius. Who are those Tyrsendelius? Duna. Maria. Wait, what? Is this all the 7 lords? Duna. Yeah, seems like it. Are they fighting? What? Fighting who? Interesting.
A wave-thin elf peers at you from over an imperious hooked nose. Deep darkness circles both his eyes. Disdain etches his face into a sneer.
Continue.
Ah, you're here. Good. You know me, do you not?
Yeah.
Yes, you know me from within. From a memory of a memory of a memory. For I am Tyrsendelius, god of the elves, god of you. Tell me, what have you done in order to make it this far? How have you failed? So, you've lied then. Ha! Thus speak the most heinous offenders of us all. But there must be more. You are my champion after all. I saved you from the darkened seas, where you would have been lost and forgotten forevermore. I need to know how badly I've chosen, before we proceed.
I haven't agreed yet.
True. And I certainly won't get the truth from you this way. There's a much easier method after all.
Tyrsendelius steps forward, seizes your arm with surprising strength, and bites a chunk of flesh from your forearm.
What the heck?
His face is thoughtful as he chews your flesh, savors it, and slowly swallows it down.
I was wrong about you. I chose well. You are my Godwoken. You will ascend. You will save us all. Let me show you.
Suddenly, a great energy enters the crown of your head and melts downwards, infusing every
Less
inch of you with
existing
a feeling of
surfaces,
great
allow
power.
items and characters using it. It can also cleanse cursed statuses.
I blessed the very water beneath your feet. Now you may wield that power for yourself. A first taste of things to come. For this is only the beginning. With these powers, you will have a choice. You can help our people, or you can dash them to ruin. I will ask much of you in time, but for now, you have a simple goal. Escape the watch of those who would hinder you. Be free of those who would ensnare you. You are supremely important. More so than any loved one, any companion. Do not forget that.
Good.
Listen closely to what I tell you now. The other gods have sought their champions too. If they succeed, our very existence as elves in this great realm may be threatened.
He gestures dismissively over the great battle below, where God assaults God in ceaseless violence.
Fools cause great wars, and great people must follow them into the muck. That is where we find ourselves now, fighting for a place upon a throne of violence. But we mustn't fail, even at this. To fail is to cease to be. I have seen the very soul of you. I have partaken of your flesh. I have assimilated your being into my own. I believe in you.
Okay.
Blessed branches, we've returned. Every second we spent in that hellish place was a second the great acorn drew closer. Interesting. You thought it was interesting, Quercus? Do you know what's interesting? Watching an entire world be strangled by the roots of doom, seeing the giant races fall like leaves in frost, hearing the screams of... I don't know what you're talking about. I am perfectly calm. Anyway, as interesting as that cold hellscape might have been, it does not solve our problem. We are here to stop the great acorn, not hide from it.
How I can help?
It's already helping more than it knows, Quercus. The fate of the world depends on our ability to research a spell to protect Rivellon. We need to travel across the land, gathering clues, experimenting with different magics, and come up with a spell to shield Rivellon from its doom. Of course, for us to do that, we must avoid being eaten by the servants of the Great Acorn. And that is where our big, foolhardy shield comes in. Quercus! Quercus! It thinks it could use magic at our level. I don't know if that's adorable or just sad.
Oh boy.
No! I am not going to share our magic with it. I don't care how much you like it, Quercus. Very well. I cannot give it magic, but I can teach it how to forge one spell, if it will keep you happy. One!
Okay.
The squirrel reaches out, touching your foot with a delicate paw, and you feel your mind open. You can see the forces of magic and see how to combine them in a new way.
There. Maybe now your pet will have a fighting chance. Yes, yes, you're welcome. But can we please get on and save the world now?
Before she died, when they go back for the forgiveness, well, Alexander in prison. Who want us dead? Okay. What did I learn? Bless. Superchargers. What did I learn? Huh.
Oh, how? Ask away, Shield.
The air out here's a damn sight better than in Fort Joy, eh?
Ivan smiles and salutes.
I'd say we should stop to talk, but I'm swamped. Don't make much of it one way or the other. There's got to be a way off. Sure thing, Chief. What's up? One of the gods. Really? Well, look at you go. What did they say?
Let's see.
One of the gods said that.
Losa huffs on her fingernails and buffs them on her tunic, smirking.
Nice.
Her face cracks into a mischievous smile. She capers around you, bouncing from one foot to the next, chanting.
You like me, you really, really like me.
Okay.
She stops suddenly, goes rigid, then relaxes, smiles broadly, and leans over to whisper in your ear.
Psst. I like you too.
Uh-huh.
I'd say we should stop to talk, but I'm swamped.
Okay.
Don't make much of it one way or the... There's got to be a way... Sure thing, Chief. What's up?
I must say, I was hoping to enjoy a smug advantage over everyone else. Lacking skin may make me a target. However, they are infuriating when they get given enough time. I must procure a quick... While there are certain unsightly bulges in your... It seems supporting the Seekers in their fight to take the Lady Vengeance is the path to... Indeed. So I gathered from your earlier prattling. I also met... someone. Oh, nothing is wrong. Simply unexpected. The person I met was without doubt a god. At least by your standards. When I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia.
Amaria.
She was one of the 7 lords that served our king. Oh no, they're quite gone. The 7 seem to be all that remains. And they... Well, I'm not sure what they are. Not quite gods, but not quite eternals. No, they are something else entirely.
So they have changed.
Naturally, they acted as any lords would. They bowed to their king and sneered at their lessers. And there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. One can only imagine how much there is now. Yes, well, if you are quite finished wasting my time, I believe we have some business to get on with.
Okay.
Oh no, she was a god, by your standards. When I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia. She was one of the 7 lords that served our king. Naturally, they acted, and there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. Oh, what do you want from me? I'm not here to gossip. If you wish to know what they were like, you need only to look at yourself. Each of the races were crafted not just in the image of their gods, but in their temperament too. Vrogir was large and strong as his orcs. Zantezza quick and witty as an imp. And Ralek prone to bouts of... You were crafted as an act of ego, but one can hardly hold that against the creatures. In truth, the lords never troubled themselves with too much imagination. What would I do? Oh, dear heart, it is not a question of would. It is a question of what will I do. It is only fitting after all. You worshipped the Eternals as gods. Why not follow one as divine? The Lady Armadia has laid out the plight of the world and begged me to help fix it. It is a grave responsibility, but one that I gladly accept. Yes, and how is that working out, I wonder? Perhaps if your precious Lucian had been a little less mortal, you would still have a divine, and the Voidwoken would not be trying to chew on my bones. Honestly, you turn your back for just a few millennia, and the world goes to stink.
Okay, okay.
The air out here's a damn sight better than in Fort Joy, eh? Me too. A god I don't believe in told me things about myself I don't believe. Yeah. Harder to maintain skepticism then, all right. Whatever we believe, we still need to live in the here and now. So, let's get back to work.
Ivan
Okay.
smiles and
He doesn't like talking.
the deity's head and hand.
Seems like we got everything. Alright. Oh. There's the lever. Good. There's something. Opened up. Don't think so. Okay. Okay, that's good. Bless. Okay.
Curse is lifted. Thank you, stranger.
Yes.
The menacing skeletal guardian looks at you wearily, then yawns.
So you dare defy the will of Brachus Rex, prepare to be destroyed, and so on and so forth. Let's get this over with. I was a loyal servant of the Source King. I carry out his will in death as in life, and all that sort of thing. Now, can we get down to the fighting? I was enjoying a lovely dirt nap before you helped those heretical pigs. I was raised immediately after my death. I never had the chance to see what one... In a few moments, I dare say you will discover that information firsthand.
She heaves a great sigh, unnecessary given her lack of lungs.
Finally. An end.
No, come on. Seriously.
Corner.
Oracle palms. Interesting. Hydrosophist. Six. there is one more suspect. Okay.